Good evening. My name is Benjamin Cernovashanen, and as the president of the Harlem chapter of National Honor Society, I would like to welcome you all to our annual induction ceremony. Members and friends of the National Honor Society, along with us today, we have our parents and guardians, who are not only welcome, but especially honored because you are seeing your children participate in the highest honor which may come to a student in this school. The fact that so many students have attained this honor should give special credit to our parents, who in so many ways have helped, inspired, and encouraged us. We are assembled here today to induct into full membership of the Harlem chapter those members of the junior and senior classes of Harlem High School who have excelled in the attainment of character, scholarship, leadership, and service. The purpose of this society is to hold up its four objectives before the entire school as goals toward which all should strive. Now please welcome the principal of Harlem High School, Mr. Terrell Yarborough.
Good evening, everyone. What an honor to be here with you. Congratulations to our inductees and their parents and guardians and loved ones who have supported them along the way. This year has created its share of challenges with remote, in-person, and/or hybrid learning, but we are all supporting each other in ways that will last a lifetime. Harlem High School is filled with some outstanding students. Over the years, it has been my honor to share in their journey. Many of them are here tonight. My challenge to you is to try and inspire everyone that you meet to be the best version of themselves. That includes you. Thank you to the NHS advisors for your dedication and commitment to making this ceremony special to our friends and our students and our faculty. I know it wasn't easy. Congratulations to each of you tonight. I'm proud of you. Can't hide that Husky pride. Take care, be safe, and enjoy the rest of the program.
Thank you, Mr. Yarborough. I would now like to welcome our guest speaker for the ceremony. After graduating from Jefferson in 2003, getting a bachelor's degree in sociology and psychology from Illinois College, and working at Rock Valley, our speaker started his political career in 2013. He now represents Rockford and Springfield. Please welcome Representative Maurice West.
Hi, I'm State Representative Maurice West of the 67th District in primarily Rockford, and I just wanted to thank Alexandra Riley for this invite to talk to all of the National Honor Society members of Harlem High School. I also want to take this time to thank the teachers and the administrators at Harlem for the hard work that they've put in place, especially during these crazy times that we're in. I hope everything's well with you and your family, especially in terms of your health. I'm honored to be here to give you what Alexandra called words of wisdom, especially during the times we're in and what it means to your educational journey moving forward. If you don't mind, I don't have a piece of paper in front of me to monitor how I say this. I want to speak to you from the heart because that's what we need right now. People who are willing to just tell us how they feel. Tell us something that we need to hear, not something that we want to hear. Tell us something that will help us in the end, not fuel our emotions. I'm not about that life. I'm not about fueling your emotions. I'm about making sure that you have substance behind every decision that you make. As you see, we're in unprecedented times. We're in times like we've never experienced before. Even those who could be classified as the ages of our grandmothers and grandfathers, great-grandmothers, great-grandfathers, they've never seen anything like this before. There's only few people who were alive during the 1918 pandemic. But here we are in our own. And not only are we worried about our health, right, and the health of our loved ones, but school stopped abruptly. Every goal that you had in January of 2020, which feels like years ago, none of it came to pass. Everything had to stop. Everything had to halt. And I get it. Even as state rep, the ideas and the legislation that I was ready to move on, none of them passed. All of my focus has been on this pandemic and how to bring forth relief, not just for livelihoods, but for life. But that's the times we're living in. And one thing I want you to remember, especially you, focus on you at this moment. One thing I want you to remember is that this is going to go down in history as a certain period of time. In the grand scheme of things, this will go down in history as a short period of time in what could be a phenomenal life of yours. The only thing that can change that is the way that you approach it, is the way that you look at these situations that we're in. Now, I know school went remote, sports most likely stopped. You have been able to connect with people like you wanted to. Finding a job like you thought you was going to do was merely impossible. Where you're going to go to college is up in the air. What you're going to do after high school period is up in the air. I get it. But this is the time for you to hunker down on being focused. Being that you all are leaders, National Honor Society leaders, I know that you can do it. So I'm going to speak to you at your level. As you know, one decision, one small decision can alter the course of your whole life. Just one. Scary, isn't it? That's why it's so important to stay focused. That's why it's so important to remember who you are. That's why it's so important to look at the times that we're in and say to yourself that I'm going to come out of this bigger, faster, and stronger. Now, when I say bigger, I'm not saying that you eat up the whole fridge. I'm not talking about that kind of bigger. But when you look back on that small snippet of time in the grand scheme of things, you could say that even though life was in my life, our lives were in turmoil and compared to what we were used to, I was able to do something with it. What is it that you've been holding off on doing? Now, I know you're young, and this is a message that I have for older individuals, adults who let life consume them, let their children take away their time, not take away in terms of being a distraction, but your priorities change. Everything slowed down. So what is it that you can do to become bigger, faster, and stronger? A bigger person in terms of how you interact with people and how you deal with issues that happen. Faster in the way that you process things and move, not letting fear be the driver of your life. Fear will slow you down because you're too worried about what if I fail? What if you fly? Like, forget the fact that you could fail. You could also fly. I'm a living witness of this. I did not want to run for this seat in 2018 because I was scared. What if I lose for the third time? Yeah, I said it. I lost 2 times before this in different positions. And so when this position opened up, I said, what if I fail again? What if it's like 3 strikes, you're out instead of third time's a charm? But then again, as you can see, third time was the charm. So many times, my friends, people make one decision that alters their life. What if I didn't run because I was scared? I wouldn't have the opportunity to speak with you all. I wouldn't have the opportunity to tell you my story if I decided to let fear control what I do. This is the time for you to become bigger, faster, and stronger in how you operate. This is the time for you being bigger, faster, and stronger to really determine if the friends that you are kicking it with are about that life of being successful. One decision can mess it all up. Now, I know your folks told you this, but take it from me. I've seen so many people when I was in high school who were better than me in sports, in their social circles. They were just a popular person. And I don't know where they're at now. I know they're not successful. And it all started with one decision. So my friends, this is the time for you to slow down. I know it sucks, but Don't get mad. Don't let that mad fuel this negative energy within you. Let this time of slowing down help you to realize who you are. Because yeah, you're going to school to major in one particular program, but you're more than that. I majored in psychology, and now I'm a politician. I had no idea that was going to happen. I majored in psychology, and then became an actor, doing theater, and then became a musician, and now I'm a politician. You're more than just one thing in life. What are those things that will make you bigger, faster, and stronger as an individual so that people can model after you? Yeah, you may be in your teens, but there's tweens, there's young folks younger than you who are looking up to you. What can you do to become bigger, faster, and stronger for your community? What can you do to make life a little simple, more, easier for the people who are taking care of you? What can you do to make life easier for yourself? One decision. I keep coming back to that, but one decision can make you go from a office, can make you go from a dream of having an office like this one I have. I know you see the background. You can't beat that view. And instead of letting it get to my head, I'm humbled by it. Because I didn't have to be here. I could have let fear rule my life. And I could have been right where I was. And you know what that's called? Mediocrity. None of you are mediocre. No one is meant to be mediocre. The decisions we make causes us to become that. And I know you don't want to be mediocre. I'll leave you with this quote. Hopefully you take make this a funny, and I hope you don't take offense to it. Beware of the lollipop of mediocrity. One lick and you suck forever. None of you suck. You're phenomenal people. I'm honored to give you some words of wisdom. This is the time to become bigger, faster, and stronger, and I know that you can do it. You got this within you, and then you can help others around you to do the same. So, I recorded this before Thanksgiving. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving, and I hope that you have a happy holidays. Be well.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce the 2020 officers for the National Honor Society. President Benjamin Cernovershanen, Vice President Jenna Lane, Treasurer Delaney Johnson, Secretary Dawson Schraiber, and Committee Liaison Regan Stoll.
The emblem of the National Honor Society is a keystone, superimposed upon which is a flaming torch. The keystone has for ages been the symbol of strength and perfection, for the keystone fits smoothly and truly into the top of an arch and holds the structure stoutly together. Thus the keystone is the symbol of character. The flaming torch symbolizes the light of knowledge that is to be carried into the darkness of ignorance to enlighten the shadowy places of the world. At the base of the keystone, on either side of the torch, are the letters CS, L, and S. The initial letters are the words character, service, leadership, and scholarship.
Congratulations and welcome to our Harlem chapter of the National Honor Society. My name is Ariana Castillo and I serve as Design Committee Chair. It is my pleasure to speak on behalf of our group in introducing one of the 4 pillars of NHS, character. All of you, as inductees, have demonstrated great character, so my hope is to take this time to reflect on what exactly virtuous character is and to present that in greater context for your future in NHS and beyond. We should begin by defining character. What is unique about this principle among the other 3 pillars is that character itself is something everybody has. Quite simply, character is an individual's unique embodiment of morals. It is who you are at your most fundamental self. Unlike the other pillars, character is expected in all settings and basically all stages of life. As a general conception, we believe a person should have good character in class, among peers, and with family. Character doesn't just suddenly switch on and off. It's always part of you because it identifies you. Now, character as a personal matter will also be a collective matter. For the most part, you control who you are, but it would be silly to exclude external factors that influence character, such as society, your friends and family, as well as environmental factors. This brings me to my first point. Life will present situations that are not in your control, things that seem as if they can only hinder you. Unfortunate situations, life not being fair, bad moments, nothing life throws at you is determined to hurt your character. My professor of the class I'm taking this year has a wonderful analogy I'd like to share. He once told me a story about birds. So imagine a bird in the sky. There's air pressure, wind, and gravity acting on the bird. All physical environmental factors point to that bird flying being an impossibility. But guess what? The bird does fly. It uses everything pitted against it to overcome. Wings allow for air pressure to support the bird against gravity and purposely manipulate the airflow to maneuver. So how does this relate to you all? In the past, I'm sure there have been failures, setbacks, and those life isn't fair moments. However, it's your attitude and how you act in the face of adversity that actually matters. If you think the future's any nicer, it's not. Throughout your whole life, there will be challenges, but as many, including myself, like to say, take them as opportunities. Having established that bad things aren't determinants leading to vice, we should examine the reverse. My second point is that if negatives in life are not guaranteed to worsen your character, the good parts of life are likewise not guaranteed to make you virtuous. How can this be possible, you might be wondering? Well, just because you cheated on a test and got the highest score, it doesn't mean that there was any real accomplishment. Depending on the values you have, you might take it the superficial way and say that getting the highest score validates that you're the smartest. If you value intrinsic goods, you wouldn't feel proud because 1, it wasn't honest, and 2, cheating is no indication that you truly learned the information. The point of the test isn't the score. It's really a personal assessment to see how much you've progressed. Learning and having overcome the challenge of it should be what is fulfilling. Now, do not feel intimidated that your character isn't as good as it should be. There is no such thing because there's no benchmark to cross which distinguishes being labeled virtuous or unvirtuous. The beautiful part about character is that you set your own values and expectations. You decide if you're a virtuous person. And this leads to my third and final point. Good character, being virtuous, is not a feeling or thought. It's action. Everybody can imagine what a good person is like. You can talk about having integrity and what it is to be compassionate, but none of that actually demonstrates good character. This is where the other 3 pillars tie in. Leadership, service, and scholarship are pursuits you take on to better your character. Virtuous people are courageous, kind, and intellectually curious. To come full circle in character, you need to be that image in your mind. To leave you with one final thought, the journey of becoming virtuous is a lifelong one that is ultimately fulfilling. That is for sure. But never forget that good character isn't a solo venture. Good character is directly tied to relationships. You learn from others and teach others. You create art and appreciate art. You lead so the world can be a better place. Remember that fulfillment is always shared. Once again, congratulations. Savor today as a special milestone, and I look forward to getting to know everyone better as my fellow NHS peers.
Hi, my name is Regan Stoll. This year I'm the committee liaison, and I was asked to write a speech for you all discussing the pillar of scholarship. Scholarship isn't just what you learn in school, but also the knowledge you gain from living. Every day you should try and learn something new. My favorite scientist, who some of you may know, is Neil deGrasse Tyson. He said, everyone should have their mind blown once a day. How can we do this? How is it possible to learn something every day so amazing that we feel the need to tell everyone around us? There's plenty of ways to do that. You don't have to go to the library and read a book all day or sit in front of a computer and Google for hours on end. Maybe you'll find a creator on TikTok that posts about the mysteries of the universe or taking care of pets. Maybe you'll start listening to podcasts. You have to find the path for knowledge that works best for you. I have a passion for all things space, which is why I brought up Neil deGrasse Tyson. But listening to someone just explain physics can get boring. I've really enjoyed watching his show and listening to him appear on podcasts like Hot Ones or the Joe Rogan Experience that have nothing to do with science. You, however, may not enjoy space. You might have a passion for math, art, history, travel, or just about anything else. Sometimes the things we need to learn are not as fun as what we would like. Sometimes things are just outright boring. But I've found that applying the things you love to the things that don't quite excite you can make learning a little bit easier. We've discussed how you can learn, but why should you want to? According to medicalpress.com, your brain is like a muscle. If you don't strengthen and stretch its capacities, it will not deliver high performance. There are plenty of other research articles that say the same thing. Exercising your brain every day, especially while you're young, will lead to higher performance when you're older and a lower chance of dementia. It will help you stay healthy in the future, but for now, learning can just be fun. One of my dad's favorite YouTubers is Mark Rober. He's an engineer who chose to use his degree to make giant Nerf guns and glitter bombs for package thieves. One of my friends from school builds his own robots and made one to deliver candy for trick-or-treating this year. I have another friend who lives in Chicago that was frustrated by the lack of free organizations for teens interested in medicine. She founded her own organization called Youth in Medicine. Anything you want to do can be done with a little bit of effort. So I hope you all never stop learning. There are millions of mysteries yet to be discovered, and maybe you can make the discovery that changes the world.
When you think of the term leadership, what pops into your head? Is it your team captain, the club manager? What about the class president or the valedictorian? These are all great examples of leadership roles, but they are certainly not the full extent of leadership itself. When I was asked to give a speech about leadership, I second-guessed whether or not I was the right person to do the job. I'm always up for a challenge, so of course I said yes, but I struggled trying to find the right words. I'm not the class president, although I have held class officer positions in the past. I'm not the valedictorian, and I haven't always been team captain. Last year was my first year being chosen co-captain at the end of my season. I felt like in order to give a speech about leadership, that required me to be in as many leadership positions as possible. Then I realized that leadership is so much more than a title or a position. It's not easy being a leader, but it is one of the most rewarding roles someone can take on. Those rewards can range from the feeling you get when lending a hand by solving a peer's problem, providing answers for those who have questions, pointing someone who is lost in the right direction, seeing an event you organized go smoothly, or simply being someone your peers can look up to and feel they can reach out to. What I've come to realize about leadership is that being a leader does not mean that you have to be the team captain or the class president. It's not being the valedictorian, the lead actor or actress, or the section leader in marching band. Being a leader does not require you to be the oldest in the room or the smartest of the group. Being a leader means more than just holding a higher position than your peers. It means standing up for not only what you believe in, but also for the needs of others, going against the flow of the general population to do the right thing and make a difference. A good leader does not seek recognition or gratitude from others. A good leader shows it is possible to be different and make a change. It is someone who holds their hand out for anyone who might need it, despite differences they might have. A leader does not need to hold a special title to be a voice for those around them and does not seek praise. Being a leader means being someone that your peers can come to with questions, knowing they will receive honest answers. Sometimes being a leader means working behind the scenes to get things accomplished, even letting others take the credit. Like I said before, being a leader isn't always easy, but is more than worth it. Being a leader means you get to feel the pride when others come to you for help, or when you get to stand in front of your winning class vote and say, I helped create that. It's getting a small thank you from those who are afraid to stand up on their own. It's seeing change and knowing that you are the one who created the ripple that turned into a wave. Yes, it's the big things like giving the speech at your class graduation or leading your team to victory, but it's also all the little things too, like staying an extra hour to help someone who is struggling, or being the voice for others who are afraid to speak up. In the end, every act of leadership, no matter how big or small, is important to not only National Honor Society, but also the school, the community, and even the world. That's why leadership is one of the 4 pillars of NHS. And the honor you have of being here tonight already shows that you have qualities of a good leader. I wish you all the best in continuing to grow into great leaders, and I can't wait to see your small ripple turn into a wave.
Welcome new NHS members to your induction ceremony, and congratulations on being here. It's not just any student who gets inducted into NHS, and the fact that you're here today doing just that is something you should all be proud of. We pride ourselves in upholding the 4 pillars of NHS, which are scholarship, leadership, service, and character. Each pillar is just as important as the last, which means that we require each of them in each of you. My job as head of the service committee is to help you to find as many service opportunities as possible in order to help you to participate in the community. Therefore, service is the pillar I will focus on today. Service is important as both a committee and a pillar because it breeds humility and a love for your fellow person, which we believe is an important trait. Acts of service help you to feel like an important part of a greater whole and remind you what you can really do can really have an impact on those around you. It shows you that all of your actions, big and small, can be used to help people, which I believe is a truly impactful thing. We as people often suffer in the name of purpose. We feel like we don't have one, or we think it's too difficult to find. My view is, why not find a purpose helping those around you? Find purpose in the service of those who need it. Even if what you do isn't very big, or feels like you're barely making a dent in the world's sorrow, you're still making an impact. Maybe the difference you make isn't big in the grand scheme of things, but you still helped. Even if what you did just helped one person, you helped that person. You made that person's day just a little bit happier, a little bit easier, a little bit brighter. And that's what we do here. We make the world a better place, bit by bit. Dedicating your time to service of others gives you a sense of satisfaction in the grand scheme of things, both in yourself and your actions, which will help each of you to grow into your own. It helps you to feel connected to those around you, and it's a tremendously valuable part of the human experience. You'll gain confidence in yourself and your ability to help. As was said by the great Mahatma Gandhi, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. And I couldn't agree more. So as you begin your journey into NHS, remember the pillar of service and remember to help those who need it. Take the opportunities you have today to help another, because ultimately, you won't regret it. And again, congratulations on becoming a member of NHS. You are our future, and the future looks bright.
Ezmeralda Albright.
Joanna Ariojo.
Lily Bennett.
Grace Biggers.
Isabella Cannell.
Ariana Castillo.
Benjamin Cernova-Shannon.
Jocelynn Eggert.
Trinity Eissens.
Garrett Flores.
Andrew Frieden.
Oriana Ginny.
Aiden Gruner.
Taylor Hargraves.
Kelsey Helwig.
Delaney Johnson.
Jackson Keating.
Jenna Lane.
Cassandra Lee.
Miranda Marocco.
Cheyenne Nietz.
Addyson Olson-Isom.
Kaylin Reese.
Alexandra Riley.
Jenna Roush.
Lily Runyard.
Dawson Schraiber.
Laura Schumann.
Grace Smith.
Regan Stoll.
Nina Todich.
Hailey Vrolyk.
Nia Williams.
Elijah Wolf.
Caitlin Wright.
We are pleased to introduce the initiates to the National Honor Society for the 2020 to 2021 school year.
Ava Akers, Tessa Applegren, Keyara Bailey, Kaylie Banks, Wyatt Berry, Brandon Boyle, Cassidy Colvin, Alicia Cook, Gracie Davenport, Marissa Dawson, Brooke Decho, Olivia Dish, Melanie Dooley, Annabelle Forte, Olivia Frieden, Lacey Giamalva, Seth Grassi, Caitlin Hardy, Aubrey Herezlak, Aaliyah Hahn, Dylan Henderson, McKenna Hoppy, Michaela Howard, William Johnson, Zoe Giuliano, Aiden Carey, Riley Lundgren, McKenna Major, Mason Martin, Haley Masari, Jenna McIntyre, Charles Michaels, Alia Moran, Amara Masinski, Vanessa Nemzow, Elizabeth Nelson, Lucy Dramba, Sarah Nolly, Natalie Peterson,
Faith Procopio, Shanta Reddy, Emma Rich, Piper Richardson, Peyton Rogers, Jack Seymour, Zachary Sievers, Reese Stovall, Colin Swinney, Maya Udell, Shpatim Yusini, Elizabeth Walker, Caden Washatka, Olivia Watton, Cheryl Wade, Olivia Wells, Madeline Wisbrocker, Isabel Wooden,
I pledge myself to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society, to which I have been elected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands. I will be loyal at all times to my school and will maintain and encourage high standards of scholarship, character, leadership, and service. Sometimes in the struggle of life, there may be things to hinder you, things to depress you, and things to discourage you. But if you keep ever before you the torch of life, signifying the 4 attributes of National Honor Society, I believe you shall attain the high standards for which we all strive. I have presented you with the National Honor Society certificate to mark your membership in the National Honor Society. It is a sign to all that you have excelled in academic achievement, in service to your school and community, in leadership among your peers, and in character development. But with this honor comes responsibility, the responsibility of being a constant example to those around you. May your membership be a source of pride to yourself and honor to the Harlem chapter of National Honor Society.
New members, we welcome you to the National Honor Society. I now invite you all to join us in a virtual round of applause. Thank you, friends, family, and members of the administration and faculty for joining us this evening. And once again, congratulations.
Welcome to the National Honor Society.
Welcome to National Honor Society.
Welcome to National Honor Society.
Welcome to the National Honor Society.
Welcome and congratulations on being inducted into the National Honor Society.
Congratulations on being inducted into National Honor Society.
Congratulations on making it into the National Honor Society. You've worked hard to be here, and you deserve to be here.
Your hard work and dedication has brought you here, and it does not go unnoticed.
This is a great accomplishment, and I am so proud of you, as are the rest of the current National Honor Society members.
Today, I congratulate you on your achievements and welcome you to the community.
It is a collection of people who are dedicated to what they love and have fun spreading their positivity and creative passions to others.
This is an amazing achievement and opportunity for you to get involved in your school and community.
So even if the circumstances aren't great right now, we're going to make sure that you bring your best for the community and that you're getting the most out of this opportunity.
We are so psyched to have you guys here at every single meeting from now on.
I hope to get to know each of you and watch you continue to grow through the remainder of your high school career.
So I can't wait to work with all of you. I can't wait to get to know all of you, and congratulations.
Keep up the good work and congrats on your induction.
Thank you guys for joining, and we can't wait to see you guys at meetings.
Congratulations on being accepted into the National Honor Society.
I'm really glad that you're here. Again, welcome and congratulations.
Welcome and congratulations.